Howdy, y'all! I have some really cool news. So the person that was in Umbrella Academy, who played Vanya, as well as the actor who has played Juno from if you don't know Juno, meh, um, has come out as transgender. That's really big. He goes by he/them pronouns and has changed his name to Elliot, which is amazing. But the biggest thing is I wanted to share how important this was to our community, as well as let all of you know that we now have a new face of representation for us, and how absolutely amazing that is, and why we should all be excited. So first off, the characters themselves are female and played by someone who is trans, who had not been out as a transgender person at the time. Their acting career has been amazing and has only increased throughout the years, which is amazing for him. But it's important for us to know that those roles do not invalidate his identity, because it is possible to play roles that are outside of your identity, especially if you're not out. So I want that to be first known. And that is very important that we understand that. But also I want to talk about the importance of having someone who's using he/they pronouns, and why that's important to our community, to have someone so prominent in our modern culture using these pronouns. I literally had to put on clothes just to do this, because I found out about it 10 minutes ago, and I was like, I gotta make this video. So a lot of the times when people come out as trans, they either come out with he, him, or they, them, or she, hers. Never usually do we have a celebrity coming out with he, they, or she, they. Having that interconnection between the two really shows that our community is more than just the binary, but also that people can identify with two different pronouns and still be completely valid. So Elliot is both FTM and non-binary, depending on how they choose to end up identifying, and if they don't, that's okay too. But it shows that this use of labels is for us and not for other people, and that it's for us to feel the way we need to feel, which is validated. And it's really important that people down the line are going to see Elliot with these pronouns. And it's going to help people with coming out or coming to terms with themselves, and seeing that this person who is important in our society due to their roles that they've played and their social media, and I'm trying to think of a word and I just can't, and their importance basically to our society in media, and seeing that they use he/they pronouns really is just going to help validate a part of our community that I don't think has been validated in the past well enough. And I think that's a really good thing to happen for us. I also think that we should all make sure that we are showing as much support as possible, because Elliots a really cool person. I mean, obviously I don't know them personally, but they're a really cool person. If you follow them on Twitter, they have amazing content, they support Black Lives Matter, stuff like that. So not only are them coming out is amazing, but them coming out and being a really good person is also really cool, because having that positive representation is one of the best things that could happen to our community. We have positive representation, but we also have negative representation in media, and the more positive representation we can get through real people is something that we really, really need, especially people who already have positive attributes about them other than being trans, being in the news for other than trans. And it's not bad to be in the news because you're trans. That's actually a really good thing too, that people are identifying it. But it also kind of puts this breach of, can you be a good person and successful while you're also trans? And this is showing that yes, you can. I'm also going to put a list of people somewhere here when I find it, of trans actors, actresses. I wish there was a non-gendered term for actors, performers, but that sounds like circusy. I feel like that's rude. Or I would say performers, because I feel like performers is used for plays and Broadway. Yeah, okay. Performers. I'm going to put a list of performers that we can find that have come out as transgender, both on the binary and the non-binary side. I'm not going to split them up. I'm probably just going to put a little thing with their names, so that you can see just how many people are out there. While it might not seem like a lot, we used to have almost none. And I think it's also important to know that we've had trans people in our media longer than we thought. I also wanted to address some of the ways that news places are talking about his coming out. You saying things like, I'm not gonna exactly say it, but I'll put like what some of the news articles are saying, which is things like using incorrect pronouns, using the dead name, like saying things that you don't like when people say to you when you come out. Like, oh my gosh, star blank used to be blank dead name, now transgender. Like, if you're a news place, don't do that. And people are going to come and say, well, how are they supposed to know who that person is? You can say the way I did when I introduced the person who played Judo and Vanya in Umbrella Academy, without using their dead name or their dead pronouns. Also, many of these places have pictures of him, or references to his Twitter. There are other ways to let people know without using someone's dead name. And I think that's important to see how different media sites and sources are doing this. So like there's a correct way, right? And then there's an incorrect way. And I think you can see the two differences pretty clearly based on how people are talking. So, this is big for our community. This is big for him. Amazing job coming out. Your letter was so well written. I will put a link down to their Twitter post talking about the letter that they come out with. So please go support Elliot and show him the love and support that people in this community deserve, and that he is welcome and he is loved, just like any other trans person in our community would be by us. And make sure you let them know how important their coming out is to you. Tell me how important it is in the comments, anything. I am ecstatic about this. I love Elliot so much, and to hear that they are trans openly is very excited, and I wanted to share that with all of you. So have a good day. I love you.